I don't know about you, but I've always wondered what it actually means to be athletic. And every time I've looked up or tried to find out what the definition of athleticism is, or athletic is, it's always quite a circular definition. So for example here, of or relating to athletes or athletics, doesn't really get us anywhere. Athletic, the characteristic of an athlete. Again, doesn't really get us there. Vigorous or active. A little bit ambiguous, but I guess it's a little bit closer to the mark. Or another definition, active or gifted in sports, games, or exercises. How about this one? Physically strong and well-developed, muscular. By that definition, we could argue that powerlifters, bodybuilders, and strength athletes like strongmen are the peak of human athleticism. I think that those are great sports, and I think that those are fantastic disciplines, but I'm afraid to say that I don't think the vast majority of people would agree that those are the most athletic sports in the world. I think we can all agree that it's something else or some combination of other sports. Now, when I think of athleticism, I'm picturing Michael Jordan finessing his way through the lane and finishing above the rim with authority. I'm thinking of Dmitry Klokov hang snatching 200 kilos. Or how about Jonathan Edwards triple jumping the world record 18 meters, 29 centimeters. Or how about this, Usain Bolt running at 27 miles an hour, top speed. Or how about this one, Mike Tyson throwing a lethal right cross to obliterate Michael Johnson's face. I would argue that these are perfect examples of what it means to be athletic. All of these feats of human performance have something in common. Even though they're vastly different sports, they are undeniably a common set of physical characteristics that unite each of these feats. They are all performed by the human body, moving through space, interacting with the ground or an implement and the force of gravity. I've always been fascinated by high-level human performance in sports, seeing the human body adapted in so many different ways to move in such graceful, skillful, and powerful patterns. It's my belief that the word athleticism describes this fundamental quality that we all possess as human beings to some extent or another. And different sports and physical disciplines craft this quality into different shapes and forms of expression, much like how a potter crafts clay into different designs. Every single sport or physical discipline has a different flavor of athleticism that has a unique expression of every single quality, including strength, power, speed, mobility, agility, stability, aerobic and anaerobic endurance, to name just a few. It's of course possible to focus on a single quality with training, or perhaps multiple qualities at once with a specific training modality. But athleticism is a whole that is greater than the sum of its parts. And I think we can all agree that some sports are just inherently more athletic than other sports. For example, I think we can say pretty safely that a ultra-marathon runner, while they do have great requirements of endurance and, well, that's pretty much all you need to be an ultra-marathon runner. And, there's mental fortitude and, there's a great, I'm not trying to denigrate that sport, but I think when we look at the qualities of athleticism, the ones I was mentioning before, strength, speed, power, agility, stability, balance, coordination, aerobic capacity, and anaerobic capacity, I can't think of any way that ultramarathon running is going to beat out a sport such as basketball across all of these different qualities. I don't know, maybe you think it's different, but it's my opinion that a sport that ticks as many of these boxes in as great a way as possible, again, it's impossible to be perfectly adapted to all of these things. You can't have maximal strength and aerobic capacity. At some point, there will be a trade-off point where if you start to get stronger, then you will start to lose aerobic capacity, or you will start to lose mobility, or you will start to lose another one of these, coordination and balance. You can't be perfect in all of them, but I think the pursuit of trying to improve each and every single one of these qualities in some way through different sporting and different sporting disciplines, for example, the way I do with weightlifting, with gymnastics, with calisthenics, with sprinting and jumping, all of these help to contribute to an overall holistic, better version of athleticism. And let me know what you guys think. I would love to hear what you guys think of your definition of athleticism in the comments, because I really don't know. I don't think that we actually have a good definition of what it is yet, and I think it would be good to actually have something that we can all work towards to help us define more clearly what we're actually working towards when we say we want to get more athletic. Because for some people that might be, yeah, I just want to jump higher. I want to have a higher vertical jump. Okay, good. That's helping you work on your power. Vertical jump is just purely an expression of power, but you definitely need mobility to be able to get into positions to jump. You need strength and a good deal of it. You need speed and a good deal of it. You also need balance, coordination, and those are the components you need to work on for your vertical jump. So we could argue that vertical jump training is a good expression of athleticism. Or how about training the snatch and the clean and jerk? I think we can all agree that training for Olympic weightlifting is a much more athletic endeavor than training for powerlifting, because again, it ticks more of these boxes. Powerlifting is going to improve your strength, potentially a little bit of mobility, but definitely less so than weightlifting. To an extent, it's going to work on your balance and your coordination and stability, and that's pretty much it, because it's just the 3 lifts. Whereas weightlifting, you're going to be ticking strength, you're going to be ticking speed, obviously you're going to be ticking power, more so than powerlifting, which is a little bit ironic. Agility, yes, because you have to move around the bar in space, but obviously less so than other sports such as field games, basketball, football. You can not need as much agility for that because it's just you and a barbell. Mobility, absolutely, 100%. Stability, yes. Balance, yes. Coordination, yes. And then aerobic and anaerobic capacity are kind of the only 2 it doesn't really take off. And this is, you can see the reason why a lot of sports will actually utilize the Olympic weightlifting movements or the derivatives of them to help improve performance in their sports, because it's such an athletic endeavor. And this is what I mean, and this is the point I'm trying to get at. What is it about different training modalities and different sports that actually makes them athletic? And I think it is all of these qualities when we come back to it in the end. So let me know what you guys think. I was just sort of musing about it. I've been writing a little bit about this and kind of experimenting, doing a little bit of research as to what it actually means to be athletic. But I would love to know what you guys think. What is your opinion on what actually is athleticism? How would you define it in your own words, using your own combination of definitions or whatever? I'd love to know. And B, what do you think are the sports that require the greatest expression of athleticism? Because we can undeniably agree that there are some sports that require a greater expression of athleticism than others. Obviously, it could be subjective. Some people might say running a marathon is more athletic than sprinting 100 meters. I wouldn't be one of those people. But I think we can all say that there are some sports that are more athletic than others. Let me know in the comments what you think are your top 5 most athletic sports in the world that you've ever experienced, played, watched. I would love to know. All right, so that is pretty much it for today's video. Thank you very much for watching, and I will hopefully catch you in the next video. Peace.